Welcome back to my channel. So during today's video, I am going to be using an eyeshadow palette that goes way back in my collection. And I know a lot of people own this collection. It was a lot of controversy around this collection, but I do like the palettes. I've used, I think, maybe two or three. But we're going to go ahead and get started with what I am talking about. The Morphe Jaclyn Hill, the Vault set, the 4 eyeshadow palettes. Now, I don't know which palette I'm going to use, so we're going to sit here and just try to figure it out together. It came with 4 eyeshadow palettes with an actual box. I bought the collection when it first came out, which was quite a few years ago. And this will also let me know if eyeshadows that are 2 or 3 years older still perform like they used to. Now, I haven't had any issues with any of my eyeshadows for the most part that I've purchased, you know, many years ago. I tend to, if I've never run across it, but if I had a scent or it just did payoff wasn't there, I would probably toss it. Or even if I didn't toss it, I just probably take it out of my collection and not use it. But enough of that. But this will also, like I said, give me a chance to see if they still work after 2 or 3 years. Because I know, you know, people are saying they expire in 2 or 3 years, which I've heard it as well. But like I said, I've used eyeshadow palettes way beyond that period. So I did want to use something I know came out years ago. So again, we have these 4 eyeshadow palettes. The Dark Magic, which is the darker eyeshadow palette. Nice dark colors. The Bling Boss, which is the purple. And you can see I've used that one. I've used the Dark Magic before. And this one is the Ring the Alarm. Now, I've never used this one because I have so many colors in my collection similar to these colors. I've never dug into this one. This one might be the one we use today, but we'll see. And the Armed and Gorgeous, the more gold tone. I used to use this one quite a bit as well. So let's go ahead and see which one we're going to use. I don't know, but I know it's going to probably be one of these two, Ring the Alarm or the Armed and Gorgeous. I've been doing a lot of golds and stuff here lately, and greens and stuff, so I don't know. Let's go ahead and use the Ring the Alarm. And before I forget, y'all, yesterday was my birthday, March the 8th. You know what? And I am so blessed and so thankful and so grateful to have seen another birthday. I am 46 years young, and I love it. You know, some people, talk about getting older. I'm embracing getting older because that's a blessing to see another birthday. So I am super blessed and thankful and grateful to have seen 46. So enough of that rambling. My eyes already primed, set with a little setting powder, and let's get started. So like I said, we're going to use the Ring the Alarm. I don't know what I'm going to do because y'all know your girl get in here and I just act like a straight fool. But I'm going to start out with this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. It's just this large, dense brush. It's more on the stiffer side. But we're going to go ahead and use this brush. And I don't see a transition shade in here that I want to use in that area. So let's kind of pull out a palette that will have that shade. Let me see if Armed and Gorgeous has it in here. Nope. That's the only thing about some palettes like these. You have to go find a transition shade. I wonder what's that going to be. Let's start out with, I'm going to take the shade out of Dark Magic. And this is Poof. I'm going to start with that with the same brush. And we're just going to pack it on the brush and pack it right above the crease area and directly in the crease. So we're going to have a nice transition shade. And this is the same color as the concealer, but that's okay. We're gonna figure it out together. Cause y'all know I've been here just rolling and rolling and have no clue on what I want to do. You know what? I'm gonna go in my Juvia's Place, the tan, the duo, and we're gonna take both of these shades and yeah, they gave a little more tint to it. So we're gonna place it right in the crease area and above it. Yeah, that's much better. So do the same thing for the other eye. I'm gonna stamp it right in the crease area. And above it, going up to the brow bone. And I like how it gives it that light transition shade. That's really pretty. Because y'all know I don't use products based on what they say. I use them how I want to use them and just kind of go with it. Because it's makeup. There's no right or wrong way, in my opinion, on, you know, what to use and how to use it. I think everybody have their own techniques on what works for them. So I'm add a little bit more. Because I'm going to tell you, when I some, you know, videos I watch, and if I try to do exactly how they do it, sometimes it just doesn't work for me. But then I'll go back and kind of tweak the steps just a little bit, you know, to what works for me, and then I can kind of figure it out. But planning makeup is just so fun to me, so fun to me. So we're gonna put that down. Now let's go back in with the palette that I want to use today. The stick it back in there. Is it the Arden Gorgeous? No. It is the, gosh, what am I doing? The Ring the Alarm. I'm just gonna, y'all know what? Y'all have to stop your girl, because I get in here and ramble. Okay, so back to the Ring the Alarm palette. So now I'm going to take my, let's take the, I don't know what I want to do. Morphe 535, this fluffy brush. Let's do the shade. I don't know. Let's do the shade Rush. The second shade on the top row. And then we're going to place it right in the crease. And I'm not going to go all the way up because it's a little bit deeper than, like more orangish than the shade I have right above the crease. So we're not going to go up too high. Just going to stamp it right in the crease area. I'm just lightly stamping it. There's still some pigmentation to it, but I don't know how it's going to actually blend when I get done placing it, but we will see. Like I said, there was a lot of controversy around these palettes when they first came out, you know, with how they blended and stuff like that, but I haven't had any issues with the other palettes, you know, when I used them in the past. And I'm just still lightly packing it and building it right in the crease area. So now I'm going to take the, trying to find a more denser brush. Let's take this little profusion brush. We're going to take that same shade and make sure it's right in the crease, because that fluffy brush has a few little gaps in it because it's not as dense as this brush. So make sure it's right in the crease before we blend. A little bit more. Okay, make sure it's placed really, really well. So I like the way it's performing so far, placing it. So we're going to go ahead and blend it and see how it blends. I'm going to lightly blend right in the crease and make sure that transition shade is blended as well with the edges of this shadow. Now I'm not having any issues with it. I'm lightly blending upwards just to make sure there's no harshness in the shadow. And I also like the fact that it's like little to no fallout, which is perfect. So we're going to go back in that same shade with the Morphe brush and right in the crease again. Just lightly adding it right back into the crease. And I'm not going above the crease this time, just right in the crease. And we're going to blend again. I'm going to lightly blend. And lightly blend again on this one. So I'm liking how this is coming together. And I've never used this palette, but I like this. So now I'm going to wipe off my brush. And I'm going to go back in with my transition shade. We're going to take both of the shades. And I'm not using a denser brush. We're just going to lightly pack it right under that brow bone above that shade. And go all the way over to the inner corner, not inner corner, but the inner part of your line. Right there. Y'all get it. So now we're going to wipe it off again because I want to blend it because Juvia's Place products are really pigmented. So I wanted to lightly place it on there. Now I'm just going to blend both of the shadows together. I like this blending. They're not giving me like any, these shadows one I've used have not giving me any problem. It's really blending pretty good for me. Sorry guys, I just have to have my coffee. Okay, so next we are going to go in with, I don't know. Let's do the shade Framed, this purplish, deep purple matte shade. And look how pigmented it is on this brush. And we're going to pack that right on the outer V. Oh yeah, they still work pretty good. Now I don't know how it's going to blend because purples can be kind of tricky. But we are going to see, and I'm lightly packing it on the outer V and going up into the crease. Gonna lightly pack it. Because you have to be careful with purples. They can be kind of like tough to, not tough to blend, but can get patchy. And hard to stick. So I like to lightly build my shadows. And then when I blend, I lightly blend. I don't, just go in on my eye and just blend really hard. Because I think sometimes that separates the shadow rather than just placing it and building it and very lightly blending it. That's my key to my shadows. Because of course if you put it on your lid and then you just roughly blend it, it's gonna separate, and then you'll possibly think the eyeshadow just doesn't work. But that's why I like to do it this way. And it works for me. Lightly packing and then very lightly, gently blending. And so I have sensitive eyes too, so I have to be really careful about how I blend, because I don't want to get the eyeshadow in my eyelid, in my eyes, and then I'll be irritated all day. because I had not done my makeup for the last, and I'm just rambling to kill time while I'm packing this. I have not worn makeup in like 2 weeks because of the allergies has picked back up. And if I can't wear my lashes, the girl don't even want to do her makeup because I love my lashes. Okay, so I think we've packed enough. Let's see. A little bit more on this eye. It's a nice deep shade though. And you can see where my eyes are about to run right here. That's why I haven't done any makeup. Because I do not like to go to work and then my eyes start running. Okay, so I think that should do the placement of it. So now I'm going to lightly, very lightly and gently blend the edges. We're not going to really touch the shadow that we placed. Just going to blend these edges. And blending outwards. And lightly going back and forth to make sure the shade is transitioned in the crease area. And I'm just lightly fluffing the edges with the tip of the brush. And when you're using color, you have to really take your time if you want that nice, well blended eye look. So we're going to take a little bit more of that same shade, framed, and I want to apply a little bit more right on the lid area and not going all the way up in the crease, but right on that area. Just going to pack it. Okay, so now let's go in for the glitter glue. Where is my glitter glue? That's the only thing about when you have not sat down and done your makeup in a while. You have to remember where you put stuff at. And I am notorious about not knowing where my stuff is. I think, okay, so I'm going to use this. This is actually the BH Cosmetics Base Booster in this little pot. So we're going to take a little bit of it and blend it and place it right in the center, going over to the inner corner of my lid, and using what's left on the tip of my finger to place in the crease area. The same thing for the other eye. Let's put a little bit more because this eye is not as tacky as the other eye. So I'm going to take a little bit more. And I like to make sure mine is really tacky. That way I know the shimmers are going to stick to my lid all day. Same thing for the other eye. And it's just all about taking your time, especially when you're talking about colors. Now you can do just a crease shade and get out the door and be done. Or you can sit here like me and play all day and don't know what you want to do. And you be sitting here longer than you expect. So now that I have that, let's go ahead and see what shimmer shade we want to use. So I'm going to take this, you know what, no, let's do this one. The little Anastasia brush that comes in the palettes. I'm going to take the flat end. I don't know what shade I want to use. Let's use this first shade. Lolly. The very first shade. It looks like a rose goldish color shade. But we're going to pack it. And then we're going to place it right on the area where we stuck the glitter glue. This is a nice little rose gold shade. It's really pretty. And I'm going to use the tip of the brush to place it in the crease area. That's nice. And I like using my brush so I can control how much I place on the glitter glue. Now if I have to go back, if I use my finger, I only do that to make sure it's coated the entire area where the brush may have missed placing it. But I rarely do that once I place it with my brush, because sometimes my finger, it'll be all out of control. It'll be everywhere, all over my lid. But I'm liking that. That's pretty. I'll take a little bit more. Just make sure it's packed really good. And I'm placing it right in the crease area. Same thing for the other eye. This is pretty. I like this look. And then make sure the edges, gonna lightly flick with the tip of the brush. Lightly flick it. Place a little bit more here because it's more on this end than it is on that end. So we're gonna place a little bit more right on the area of the eye. Same thing for this one again, just to make sure they both look somewhat the same. Now we're gonna lightly flick the gold, very light. Flick it back and forth to blend the edges. That's nice. Okay, so now I'm going to, I thought I had this brush in front of me, but it does not look like it. I'll look for my fiber brush. There it is. So I'm going to take the Sigma, this fiber brush, and it's the E41, so I can make sure these edges are blended really well, because this is a really light brush. And I'm just going to go back and forth and make sure the shimmer is blended. Same thing for the other eye. Okay, so I'm loving how this is coming together. I know it's taking a little bit longer than usual, but I have to take my time when I do my shadows. So now I'm going to take the Morphe brush we started with. I did not apply any more shadow, but I want to make sure the crease area is blended with the transition shade. We're about done, y'all. We're about done. Now I do need to add a little bit more purple back to the outer V area. So I am going to use, let's use a more denser brush. We're going to use the Profusion brush we used earlier and pack this shade back on the outer V, because it's kind of like moved off of there a little bit, kind of blended out when I started blending with that brush. That's what I meant by these purples. That's why I like to place it and then just blend like the edges, because if not, it will kind of like fade. I'm just packing, lightly packing again. It would have been nice if it would have had a black in here. That would have definitely made a difference with this outer V, with this purple. So I'm going to go back in with the Sigma brush. Make sure it's blended. Lightly blended. So now I'm going to go back in with this same, the first shade. I'm just going to make sure it's right there blended well. Because sometimes that glitter glue can have a harsh edge on it. even though it blends, you still can see the harshness. So sometimes I like to go in with the same shade and place it right back on that edge while I was blending. So I think this should do it. I like how it looks. So now we're going to clean up this eye area. So I'm going to take my makeup wipe. This is actually a baby wipe. And I like to use the Pampers sensitive wipes because I have very, very, very sensitive eyes. And then I use my micellar water to clean up everything. So now we're going to pack under the eye area, kind of loosen up the concealer and stuff, and then wipe. Ooh. I like how it's came together though. It's pretty. Okay, so this. Okay, so now this is the eye look. And I like how it's come together. So I am going to do my norm. Let me know your thoughts if you like how it came together. You know what, let me apply a little bit more purple because I do not do anything to my eyes when I jump off camera. Pack a little more purple because I don't like to do anything else to it. Because I feel like, in my opinion, it takes away from what you've really done when you're talking about the tutorial. Try a little more right in that corner, crease area, corner of it. Okay, so I think that should do it. So let's wipe one more time in this area. Yeah. Okay, so enough of me rambling. But I like how this turned out. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you have the palette, let me know if you still have it. But I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face. And I'll be back to show you guys the final look. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back. This is the final look. I love how it came together. Everything's like so beautiful. Now I did screw up with my mascara and my liner where it hit up here, but I'm not worried about that. I'm still going to keep pushing. But I do love how this look came together. So to finish the rest of my face, I did my norm with my base. For my lower lash line, I used the shades Framed and Siren. And I added those two shades together and applied on my lower lash line leading up into the inner corner. And then for the inner corner, I added the shade Boom, the shimmer shade next to the last shade on the top row, and applied it directly in the inner corner to get that little pop of highlight. For my highlighter today, I used my Carity Blush Balm, the gold shade in the palette, and applied it directly in the inner corner. I did not do anything else to the eyelids, which is the norm for me. And for my lashes, I really like these lashes. They're really soft. And they are the Salon Perfect lashes. And I got these from Walmart. And they're in the style... What's the style on here? I guess this is the style Soft and Smoky. And it's this pack here. And you get 2 pairs. They're really light. I like these lashes. For my blush today, I used my Juvia's Place, the volume 2. I used both colors in the palette to blush with a little bit, and to contour, I used 3 different contour palettes today. I used the bronzed bronzer, the tan palette by Juvia's Place. I used both colors in here, and then I used my Ace Beauté to deepen it up a little bit, and I used the last 2 shades in this palette, and my all-time favorite, my Black Radiance. I don't know why I just can't get away from this bronzer. But I think once I start trying to go through my stash, I'm still trying to figure out how to do the shop my stash, because it'll probably be so freaking long because I don't know how to edit on how to pull stuff out. So I may just start just pulling stuff and put it in a basket until I can figure it out. But I know people like to see you actually go through the stash, which I love too. I just got to figure out how to do it. But I'm going to keep working at it. But again, this is like my favorite go-to. And this is in the shade Milk Chocolate. Now for my lips today, I used the Bodyography. Yeah, Bodyography liner. And this is in the shade Rosewood. This mauve shade. I love a mauve lip liner. And then I used the NYX. It's just a little transparent glitter clear gloss by NYX, and this is in The Last Party. So that is what I use to complete this look, and I love it. It's really pretty. It's really nice. You know how you have those times where I haven't done makeup in about 2.5 weeks, and you feel like I'm that girl today because I look like I'm that girl with the makeup. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, you know, like I said earlier, if you have this Ring the Alarm eyeshadow palette, let me know your thoughts on it. I really do like it. And I think it still performs beautifully. I didn't have any issues with it. And I know I purchased this when it first came out, which was well over 2-3 years ago. When I first started purchasing a whole lot of makeup. So let me know your thoughts if you have this eyeshadow palette. Like I said, I love it. It still works for me. I'll continue to use them until, you know, they either have a scent or they dry out and they don't perform. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I love this look. It's a natural, nice, everyday look. If you're not sure what colors you want to use, it'll go with like pretty much everything you wear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this because y'all know I will talk and talk for days. But if you have not done so already, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel and become a part of my YouTube family here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.